time for Around the Ozarks Rewind, brought to you by Kaleidoscope at the corner of Fremont and Sunshine. Here are your hosts, Woody and Janet.
Hey everybody, it's me, Woody P, dedicating my body and soul to the betterment of podcasts across the Great Ozarks Plateau and beyond. Across the globe. And I'd like to introduce my partner, Janet. Jan? Did she not come today?
I have not seen her.
Oh, that's right. She's on vacation. It's good to get away from the grind of her.
Yeah, she has such a hard life.
From her life. I happen to know where she is. I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but Santa Fe is a beautiful, beautiful place.
I was going to guess, but I guess you said Santa Fe.
Okay, so...
I left my heart
ladies
in Santa
and gentlemen,
Fe. Isn't that a song?
I
left my
Are
heart
there any
in
Santa Fe songs?
Santa Fe.
I want to...
Or Saint-Tropez. It's either Saint-Tropez or Santa Fe. That's where my
Now,
heart...
I understand you've got a new record coming out, Wind Beneath My Wings?
Yeah, we did a Wind Beneath My Wings rock version. I'll have to play you after
You
the
know,
show.
Gary Morris got a Grammy for that, and he and I were in a movie together.
Boy.
I know.
Look at Woody.
I know. Look at me now.
Woody's fresh today, too. You're walking fast today. You had a pip in your step.
Mow the lawn. Electricity was off for like 5 hours this morning.
Out at Soggy Bottoms?
Yeah, windy bottoms. Somebody else thought they were being funny and wrote to me, emailed me, how's everything that's Soggy Bottom?
See? It's catching on. It's catching on.
My problem with it is it's not original. It's from the Soggy Bottom Boys, a bluegrass band from the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
There's no Janet today, but I have a doll we could use as her replacement.
A doll that I can smack around?
Yeah, an inflatable doll, life-size.
Hey, real quick before I forget, I was watching the news this morning, and you've heard about the auto pen.
Yes.
That, how old do you think that is?
The auto pen? How long have they been doing it? 10 years.
Thomas Jefferson used one.
He used one as well?
Now, I'm sure it was a different model.
What was his like? It must have been made out of a feather. Was it an actual bird?
What could it have been? Something etched, and then they just moved around.
Like a stick or something?
Yeah. I can't imagine.
Possibly.
Okay, you and I have argued about this before. The right way to open up bananas.
Oh, gosh. You know I love my bananas, Woody.
I do, too. Thanks to you, I eat one every day.
They call me Jay Bananas. He's peeking in here. He didn't know we were in here today. We're doing our podcast in here because Janet's not here. She's supposed to call. Okay, I'm going to look into your eyes.
No, come on in. Be part of our show.
Yeah, come in, Mike.
Sit down. We'll pull up a microphone for you.
There's another mic there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Mike, there's a mic.
Please give it up for...
Mike the Intern.
Mike the Intern.
Thanks for remembering my name.
Yo, Mike. Now listen,
Mr.
Mike.
P. Snow.
You're going to want to go easy on the tattoos because someday you're going to want to wash them off.
Yeah, it's too late.
I got bad news.
It's too late.
They don't wash
Do you have any
off.
tattoos?
None.
None?
When God gives you skin like mine, you don't insult him by putting graffiti on such beautiful, beautiful skin. All right, which end do you open a banana from, Mike the Intern?
The stem, bro. You pull the stem and you pull it down. That's your anchor.
That's what I thought.
That's your anchor.
That's the way this, no clue.
Well, his name is Jay Bananas, and if anyone is the expert on how to open bananas, it's a guy named
Woody
Jay
has a
Bananas.
new technique.
All right.
Where you smash
From the
it,
bottom.
turns it into...
bottom. He says the bottom is easier.
If you got a banana in here, I'll show you.
I can get one.
They did a poll. And they asked the people on the internet, what end of the banana do you open it from? 72% said the stem end.
Yeah.
72%. Let's see, and which is considered the normal way. Okay.
Correct.
20% said the other end. That's the camp I'm in now. 8% said they're not sure. They must not eat very many bananas.
Did 2% take the side angle?
Some probably cut it in half, dude.
Oh, break it in half?
I bet
No. But it opens so much easier from the
bottom.
It does. Anyway,
he's done it before.
Those percentages hold true for most splits of the population. Not banana splits. Younger adults are more likely to peel a banana from the bottom. Of course, they're learning new ways, the younger generation. About 1 in 4 do that, compared to 1 in 6 older adults. Interestingly, the bottoms-up approach is how most monkeys eat bananas.
I was going to ask. How do
now, who knows more about bananas than monkeys?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How do they do it?
I wish I had I've always wanted a monkey.
I want the results of the survey of how many monkeys actually eat bananas in the wild, and if that's not just some sort of stereotype that we've created.
No, it's
where the facts at? Get the facts at.
Well,
you're the producer.
Have you ever been to the Caribbean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the banana fields?
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's wild monkeys
all over
there.
the place. But that's where they are. They're monkeys all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of them live in warm climates.
Yeah, but
where you can grow bananas.
Yeah.
Unless it's Arctic monkeys.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Why are you doing this thing? I'm doing.
I know that they stick sticks in logs and pull out the ants, and they suck off the ants.
But try it. Just try it.
Try the reverse technique.
Pinch the top where the stem is, and then that's how you do it.
All right. According to AI, Google. While the popular image of monkeys eating bananas is widespread, it's actually a misconception. In the wild, monkeys do not typically encounter bananas as a food source. So, back to the stems, Mr. Snow. I think we're pulling out the stems as monkeys don't know what they're talking about.
Do you know what BS stands for?
Bachelor of Science.
No.
That's what I have.
Bogus stuff. That's what it stands for.
Bogus stuff.
All right, Jay Bananas.
You probably didn't want me to sit down.
No, of course I did.
Come on.
Because I got another thing here.
Janet's across the country.
Jay the intern, do you ever give your real name on the
like Holmes, like my last name? It's Mike Holmes.
Mike Holmes.
Mm-hmm. No relation to the porn star or the Canadian builder.
What about the there's some rocks who?
Holmes. Sherlock.
Yeah, but
it's possible.
Who sang the song Pina Colada?
Oh, Rupert Holmes.
Oh,
yeah. Rupert Holmes. Not related. No.
Not related.
No. I did the DNA thing for Christmas this year, and my wife came back with 11 markers, which included Spain, Iceland, all kinds of stuff. I had 4.
Wow.
I'm huge Scottish, German, Norwegian, English, a little bit of Irish, but mainly Scottish and mainly German.
Scottish, German?
Yeah. You can trace it back to the 1400s on both sides.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Yeah, there you go. Good mic position, Woody.
Is that what's the name of the?
I'm doing Ancestry because it's
Ancestry.com.
That's Mormons believe big in their genealogy, and that is the one that's put by them. So they've got the. I mean, you can look. I'm looking.
Are you a Mo?
No.
Well, let's do something fun.
Best Beatles album.
Okay, which came first? You ready?
Which came first?
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, play along with us. It's a fun little game. Which came first, the first Pokemon game or the release of the first Harry Potter movie?
Pokemon game.
Yes, 1996. Harry Potter came out in 1997.
Ooh, close.
That was closer than I thought it was.
Yeah,
I
thought that was 99.
What came first, The Hunger Games or Avatar?
Hunger Games.
Avatar.
Avatar is correct. Where's our bell?
That's because it took some
Janet's shirt
20 years.
She puts it in her shirt all the time.
I thought you were making a joke about something else. Not like legitimately
she puts
Jay
it in her
Bananas.
shirt all the time.
No, okay, it was in her shirt for real. I thought that was like code.
What came first, KFC or Subway?
KFC.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1952.
The Colonel.
I've been watching the companies that built America.
Yeah.
Great
1952 to 1965. What movie came first, The Matrix or The Titanic?
Titanic.
Yes.
Okay.
He's right. You haven't got one wrong.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm a wealth of knowledge. Like I just you asked me and I told you.
I don't know anything about religion at all.
Oh God!
Your history's
God. I know more about religion than I'd like to know. To be honest with you.
What came first, Friends or The Simpsons?
Simpsons all day.
Yes, he's right again. 1989.
Holy cow!
And what was the show that it premiered on?
I don't know.
Tracy.
Yes,
you got
Lawrence,
it. You got it.
Right?
You got
Chapman,
it. Tracy Ullman.
Tracy Ullman.
Yeah,
Man, she was talented.
It was horrible.
Prior to that, it
so
was a
bad.
cartoon strip in the local L.A. like rock scene magazine. It was a little cartoon.
Did you ever see it?
Yeah. This is before Simpsons. Yeah, it was the same little characters and drawings.
When
Matt
you were
Growing guy.
taking PS1s and putting them in toy boxes.
No, this is before that. Pre-PS1.
What came first, the opening of Disneyland or the founding of Apple?
Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland.
Yeah, 1955.
Yeah, easy.
Apple, 1976. I really, really want to get a Mac Studio M4.
Pricey.
I just feel like I need one.
You have a big Mac right now?
I have
he's got a big
an
studio
iMac
setup, yeah.
Pro,
Yeah.
which they quit making for some reason.
Yeah.
It's about 5 years old now.
So he wants to get the newest one.
It does, yeah. I want to. You need the newest model because they're all switching over to AI
And all
stuff.
the new
So
software, too.
you're an Apple guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a banana guy from the wrong end.
from the wrong end.
Ah,
You've been an Apple guy. Have you been an Apple guy the whole time?
No, it took me a lot of convincing from artists and filmmakers.
Because they wanted you on Pro Tools.
No.
What is your editing software? What are you using?
Logic,
I
right?
use Logic Pro, and the one made by Universal Audio.
You don't mess with Pro Tools? Never mess with Pro Tools?
No, I use something better than Pro Tools called Luna.
Oh, yeah, Luna's good. Yeah.
What would you know? Luna's it was only available on Mac for.
I went to college.
What college did you go to?
Missouri State University.
Aha! Yeah, I might as well go to Harvard or Columbia University.
Can't get in anymore.
What country are you from?
I just set you up. You owe me something for setting that up for you.
Yeah. That was a softball.
What came first, the launch of Amazon or the founding of Google?
Oh, Google.
Oh, Google.
Sorry, Google didn't start until
Amazon was a bookstore,
1998.
right?
Amazon started in 1995.
Oh, man.
Bezos selling books out of his garage.
Yeah.
Screwed me. The first one.
You're doing very well. Don't be down on yourself. The first Twilight movie or the Dark Knight movie?
The Dark Knight.
I'm going to go with the Twilight just to offset.
Actually, they're both 2008, but Twilight, the Dark Knight came out in July, and Twilight didn't come out till November.
Oh, man. That was a real close one. Yeah.
Spotify or Netflix streaming?
Netflix streaming first.
Spotify.
Netflix streaming was the first at 2007, Spotify 2008.
I was guessing.
What came first?
My guess was that because the Spotify was in Europe before they were here, so I was trying to thought it was a trick question.
Thought it was a trick question, huh?
Thought it was.
Beyonce's solo album
Oh, gosh.
or Rihanna's debut album?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
No, Beyonce came out first in 2003. Rihanna's was Music of the Sun in 2005. iPhone or Instagram?
iPhone.
Yep, 2007.
Yeah.
Instagram,
iPhone to do the
2010.
That's okay. Look at that thought process. That's a gambling brain right there.
You're not going to do it on a flip phone.
Taylor Swift's debut album or Justin Bieber's My World EP?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, 2006. She's a billionaire now.
She is?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And she just bought back all her rights, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, which
Smart
means
move.
she's gonna re-release Taylor's version.
Now I got to ask you guys.
Not Taylor's version again.
You know what? I gotta credit her because she is a hell of a businesswoman, a hell of a business acumen, and obviously performer and all that stuff. But the one thing about her that it cracks me up is she just does not stop milking those fans, man. I mean, you're talking 15
She doesn't stop
variations,
doing what?
milking those fans, because it's just. I bet that's how she got rich. And honestly, it's smart. I mean, if you're going to do a business, that's what you do. But like re-releasing her versions, and then she's great to her fans, but I guarantee you they will re-release all those OG albums after she re-recorded them and released them. Multiple variants for each.
Let me ask you this, because I really don't know. As a songwriter with a number one hit on Billboard, didn't know if you knew that, is Taylor Swift, if she just bought back her catalog, she must think other people are going to want to record her songs. Is she a good songwriter, or is this all that she's so darn cute and energetic, and she's got the it factor?
She has the it factor, but I think she's a good songwriter.
So it's a combination of all of it. She's a good performer. She's a good songwriter, but you have to look at the beginning when she started. Her mom and dad.
She wore short skirts and cowboy boots.
When she
yes,
was
she
a
did.
When
I
she,
saw her.
Well, when she was a kid.
Yes, when she was young.
She was a kid. Her dad basically bought that label, and her mom is a marketing genius and had been already.
When she was 17, she lived in Nashville.
They put it out there, and they put six figures behind her to make it happen. It's all calculated. This isn't an overnight sensation situation. This is a calculated situation. 1,000%.
I was talking to Charlie Monk. They used to call him the unofficial mayor of Nashville, and he was talking to a publisher who he said, this guy just signed a 17-year-old girl. Turned out to be Taylor Swift. I said, what are you thinking?
Nice.
And it was Taylor Swift. And then after about 5 years of that, I'm not going to be country anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going straight pop.
Yeah, you got to cross the bridge.
Yeah.
To make
it was a successful move.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Cash never crossed the bridge.
Hell yeah, he did. You not listen to the American records he did before he died? He was doing Soundgarden covers, Nine Inch Nails covers. He crossed the bridge and it sounded incredible.
They were country.
What
about Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton's kept it true.
I'd say 9 to 5 is closer to disco than it is to country, so we could make that argument. That's close to disco, man. Disco era.
Because it goes dun dun dun.
Yeah, that you dun. You can't get out on the disco floor. You wouldn't. They weren't bumping 9 to 5 at Studio 54. I guarantee you they were.
Wait, did you go to Studio 54 ever?
Never did.
I figured you. I would love to hear your story.
Was there at the time. I can't tell you this story.
God, I wish I could hear this.
But it was a wild night.
Oh, hell yeah, I bet it was.
But,
late 70s in New York City.
But with Dolly, now, let me ask you this. Can you remember, just give me a couple of lyrics from Taylor Swift. A couple of outstanding lines.
Oh, I can't. I wouldn't be able to tell you one word.
But that's not true with Dolly.
Well, that's because I'm 42 years old.
No, it's not. It's because Dolly writes memorable lines. Tumbled out of bed, stumbled through the kitchen. Yeah. Pour myself a cup of ambition.
Please don't take my man just because you can.
Yeah.
She wrote that song and I'll always love you on the same day, supposedly.
Wow, in the same day?
Yeah. Like within a couple hours of each other. She's baller. If we're arguing Dolly Parton versus Taylor Swift, there is no argument. If that's what
I just saw Dolly do a live bit on TV today. She's got her lips all plumped up now, like Janet Lane.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's like, why do you do that to your lips?
Oh, I'm speaking on that topic.
No, she looked fantastic. And I'm thinking she's 79. 80.
I will say, if we're going to talk about that, I will say that it's a damn shame what these women and influencers are doing to these young girls in their 20s, getting all this work done to make them look like they're in their mid-30s.
It's a darn shame what?
They look like they're in their mid-30s, 40s.
These young girls are getting
all these lists and stuff that women in their late 30s would get
when they don't need them.
Yeah. And so they look like they're 35, 40, and the girl's like 24 years old. And you're like, what are you doing? There is something to be said about aging gracefully.
Like Woody.
Yes.
You know what? I've decided I don't tell my age.
Right.
Because I don't want it to be a factor in my life.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's not a factor to me.
I
hate birthdays.
I'm going
to
take that
holidays.
Advice.
Yeah, that is good advice,
Thanks,
Woody.
That's good advice.
And if you tell somebody you're how old you are, there's in the back of your mind, they can't help it. They're going to judge you by what you've accomplished.
For an old guy, you're okay.
It becomes a basis for judgment. That's a really good piece of advice.
Woody, that's the best piece of advice you could have given to young, good-looking guys like this.
I think he's going to need an hour with me.
I think so. Like a therapy session?
Yeah.
Want me to put the lights down low?
Yeah, because Do you believe people have a soul?
1,000%.
Yeah.
So the soul lives on after the body dies?
Who knows? We could be recycled.
What's the point of having a soul if it can't go on?
What if it comes back and you're reincarnated? The oldest living religious texts are in India. Yeah, and that's the oldest. That's oldest living religious text, buddy. It's in India, and they've been talking about this for millennia.
To be
way before JC came on the scene, they were talking about this. So I mean,
continued. I think
if reincarnation were real, why aren't there?
Don't you watch Unsolved Mysteries?
Yes,
I do. You see those things? Those things are unbelievable. That woman was reincarnated.
Don't you want?
She died on that bridge.
Believe it or not.
I loved that show when I was a kid.
I like that one, and what's the one that William Shatner?
Unsolved Mysteries.
William
Shatner did Rescue 911. Unexplained, but William also did Rescue 911,
so
which
Spock
I loved.
did one, and William Shatner did one.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk did one, and Spock did one.
And now,
Spock do, believe
did
it or
you
not.
know that Leonard Nimoy?
In Search of. That's
did you know that Spock also directed 3 Men and a Baby?
No.
That was Leonard Nimoy.
He directed one of the Star Trek movies. I know that.
I think it was like Search for Spock, or it wasn't the best one. It wasn't Wrath.
That's beautiful.
I had an interview once with Leonard Nimoy's secretary. It was a guy. And his job was basically to sit there and answer the phone in the office. He said it never rang.
Except when you called? He was probably so thankful you called him.
It never rang. Who's the most famous? Have you interviewed any famous people?
Oh, tons.
I could give you.
Who's the most famous?
I mean, that's relative. What's famous to me is not famous to you, bud.
That's bogus.
That's not. It's fact.
Well, who's the most famous to you?
The one that
somebody in Branson?
No, God, no. The one, the biggest meet that I ever had was Tom York of Radiohead. They're my favorite band, and I met him. Exactly, but to me, he's a god.
No, well,
so that's like I said. It's
wait
relative.
a minute,
You just
he's
proved
a god.
To me, yeah, he's great. He's a great songwriter.
You're in trouble, man.
No, I'm fine.
Who's the biggest name generally known? Ever? Go ahead, Jay. How about
generally known?
Uh-huh.
Paul McCartney?
You talk
Mick
to him?
Jagger? Keith? No, I'm just saying big.
No,
big
who
names.
was your interview? Who was your biggest
that I interviewed?
Yeah.
Lita Ford.
No, I'm trying to think. It's usually all these schlubby rock stars, C-list rockers.
Well, the old ones were easy to get.
My favorite one was Krieger, and I've talked to him multiple times.
Never. Nobody's ever heard of him.
Robbie Krieger, the guitar player for the Doors.
Oh yeah. He played guitar for the Doors, didn't he?
Yeah.
The only guy I remember, and I don't remember his name. The best musician was the organ player for the Doors.
Yes.
Raymond Zurich, but that's because he's classically trained.
Yeah.
He went to Juilliard.
There's only one person that I interviewed where I was tongue-tied.
Who?
Ringo.
Yeah, you lucky as hell. You got
that was a big one right there. That's a big one, yeah.
It was a big one.
And that's why any Beatles are the ones. Well, thank your sponsors, Woody.
I'd like to thank Janet Lane for.
Hey, you know what? I'll be Janet today.
We had a special guest.
Yeah, that's great.
We had Mike and Mike Taylor as special guest.
You talk about as much as Janet Lane.
We'll see. Yeah, thanks. And interrupt, I'm sure, as much too. And we'll see how much hate mail we get when they find out Mike. Did Mike just say he was agnostic?
No, it's easy for a curious person to be agnostic if you haven't felt the change in you, because there's so many things you want to know. Why are there billions of galaxies when there's billions of stars in our own galaxy? Yeah. Why did God make ticks?
Do you ever go to Japan? You ever been to Japan?
Never have. My partner has.
So I spent a month in there, and I was with a Japanese girl for a while. Anyway, I went around for that month, and I went to every temple I could go to, every castle I could go to. And that was probably the first felt religion, because they believe in Shinto, which is a worship of your ancestors. It's the dead, your grandparents, your grandfathers. That's what the basis of Shinto is.
I think they're mostly Buddhist.
No, Shinto. And there are Buddhists in Japan, but Shinto is a big part of that culture. I felt things in that place that I was like, there's something here.
And remember we did that thing.
Yeah, we're talking about New Orleans.
Hopping in the cab and
New
stuff
Orleans.
in Japan. Remember the cab driver says ghosts come in the cab and stuff.
It's
very trippy.
It's the idea, what I believe really too.
Well, okay.
Things.
Now I need to ask you about...
things only get power if you believe in them. Ghosts, demons, angels, God, whatever.
So you believe in witchcraft?
Could be.
What could be, huh? What is it they over in Haiti? Voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo. Chasing down that
You see
hoodoo.
a lot of voodoo in New Orleans.
I visited a voodoo priestess once, and she was unbelievable. Old as hell.
Mike's been around the block a few times.
Mike's done a lot of things. Mike lived a lot of life in the amount of years I've been around.
Well, you're an interesting guy, and I want to thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for sitting. I think this is the first time we actually did something like this.
Yeah, it was
we
good.
do it all the time.
It was impromptu, and it was good.
Well, thank you.
Your sponsor,
and
too.
I want to thank our sponsor, Judy and Bill
from Kaleidoscope.
What are you looking at me for?
They're wonderful people. Kaleidoscope.
Tom from Kaleidoscope.
Oh,
that's right. Tom and Pam.
Tom and Pam.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Well, it's just because I've been working here for 20 years, and I've heard that commercial every hour for the last.
Kaleidoscope.
Hey, it's Tom again from Kaleidoscope. Tom again. And Pam.
They are wonderful, fun people, and their store is wonderful and also fun. And may I remind you that Father's Day is this week.
Ooh,
coming up this Sunday.
Good way to do the math on that one.
You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
He didn't even look at a calendar. That was good.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Jan will be back next week. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Thank you, Jay Stevens. You're amazing. And what a fascinating guy you are, Mike the Intern.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Mike Holmes.
That's right.
What's your middle name?
Ray.
Michael Ray Holmes.
Ooh, that's a good name.
That's a good, solid name.
Did
you know that there are... I was going to do this today, but we'll do it later. There's so many people that don't like their name.
I love my name.
I didn't like mine. Mine was Ronnie Johnson.
That's a good name. Could have been a country singer, my man, with a name like Ronnie Johnson.
Ronnie Johnson?
Hell yeah.
Or an adult film star.
1989, 92.
There's a Ron.
This is the difference between you and me. This guy's I'm talking about country music career, and he's talking about being in porn.
Let me ask you this.
Man.
You look up Ronald Johnson, Google Ronald Johnson, there's 1,000 of them.
Oh.
Look up Woody P.
So you
Snow.
decided to go with Jay Stevens.
Yeah. Look. Well, I did that because I was a fan of Chris Eric Stevens from Chicago. I listened to his 21st birthday party on the air at WLS. This guy was amazing. And I wanted to be a Stevens, so I went with Jay Stevens. And that's what it says on my record, believe it or not.
Jay Stevens?
I wanted it to. But anyway, I went down to Miami, and there was already a Jay Stevens on the air down there.
Oh.
Too many Jay Stevenses.
You had to change your name.
Somebody said, well, I'll change it to something like Rocky after your song. I said, I'm tired of that. He said, well, Stoney or Woody or something.
There you go.
I liked Woody because I'd just seen a Woody Allen movie, and it never snowed there.
So Woody P. Snow.
Woody P. Snow. And that's it.
Woody P. Snow saying,
make good choices, make wise choices, think over your future, and act accordingly. We love you. See ya!
This has been Around the Ozarks Rewind with Woody and Janet. If you have questions or topics for the show, email Woody and Janet at aroundtheozarks.com.